When detectives asked Laura Flores Messick what happened that night, she held her story together with trembling hands. And when pressed about the knife wound carved across Chason's neck, she added,
I blanked out.
But the detective didn't argue. She simply leaned in and asked,
Why didn't you call 911 for him? He was breathing or moving or anything?
That question alone cracked the lie open. It exposed what Laura wasn't expecting, the psychology of omission. A tactic where investigators don't attack the lie. They make the lie attack itself. But the pertinent questions are who this satanic lady is, what happened on June the 9th, 2017, and how detectives psychologically trap her with a perfect bait.
She says, I didn't know if he was dead, so I used a kitchen knife to cut him, thinking of him at the time. What a joke.
Welcome back to my channel. I don't have many followers, but your single comment is a ray of hope for me. On the humid summer night of June 9th, 2017, tension hung thick inside a modest home on Mosholu Street in San Antonio, Texas. The clock crept past midnight when a latest argument between 32-year-old Laura Flores Messick and her boyfriend, 40-year-old Chason Montes, spiraled far beyond their usual chaos. Hours earlier, they had returned from a bar, drinks, jealousy, and simmering resentment still clinging to them like the heat outside. By early morning, June 10th, Chason's mother began calling, sensing something was wrong. No one knew that inside the quiet house, illuminated only by a dim hallway light, a violent confrontation had erupted. A struggle over a handgun ended with a fatal shot, and in the panic that followed, Chason suffered deep knife wounds. Laura fled into the dawn, bloodied and dazed, leaving behind a scene that would soon unravel into one of San Antonio's most disturbing domestic homicide cases. So, the cops brought her in for interrogation, and today, we will focus on the psychological elements of this interrogation.
I just want to get a feel for what was going on, because I know that there was an argument involved, and then both families were calling off welfare checks and things like that. Over this week.
What does that mean?
Where they call the police, like I guess it's your sister-in-law, Sandra is your sister-in-law?
Mm-hmm.
Where they call the police and, hey, I haven't heard from my sister-in-law, can you go check on her? That's what a welfare check's called. Okay. And I'm sure they told you that they called.
They did.
Yeah. Okay. So give me the last name you go by.
Messick.
Messick. M-E-S-S-I. Okay.
Laura.
Have you had any other last names besides Messick?
Flores is my last name, but I got married, so I'm still married, so it's Messick.
Okay, so it was maiden name's Flores.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can I have a lawyer present?
That's completely up to you. Right now, you're here voluntarily. You're not under arrest. When we start providing lawyers for people, that's when they're under arrest. Okay, so that's something that you can decide if you need. We have a phone, you can call one, or you can stop talking to them. That's up to you, okay?
From the start, the detective uses minimal interruption and allows Laura to talk freely. This isn't kindness, it's a tactic. Suspects often expose contradictions when they ramble. Laura quickly begins giving unnecessary details, shifting timelines, and contradicting herself. The detective silently collects these inconsistencies to use later. Theory. Cognitive load theory. Lying requires more mental effort than truth-telling. Allowing a suspect to speak freely increases cognitive strain, making deception harder to maintain and easier to detect.
Okay, what address do you consider your home?
Well, I just moved in with Chase. I mean, it would be there.
Okay, are you going to go back to the other address that you were talking about, the rented house?
Well, no, because I left it. So I have it still, but I mean, I didn't pay the rent, so now it's like double rent, so I'm not going to be going back.
Okay, so you consider Chason's house yours?
Yeah.
What's the address of yours?
I don't know it. I have it on the text message.
Do you know the street?
Mosholu.
Okay.
Mosholu.
How long have you been staying there?
I've been there for 3 months, and then last year I was there too for another 3 months. Last year.
Okay, so you moved in just 3 months ago for this time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you move in with your kids too, or just you?
No, me and my kids were there.
Okay.
We're all staying
Okay. Do you work?
there. Oh, no.
No. Okay.
I was working and I stopped working. So
Okay.
I was doing home health.
The detective repeatedly asks basic questions, addresses, timelines, who called whom. Knowing these facts should be easy to recall. When Laura claims she doesn't remember where she lived for 3 months or her mother's address, her credibility slips. The detective does not challenge the lapse immediately. Instead, she catalogs the pattern. Theory, reality monitoring theory. Genuine memories contain sensory and contextual detail. Fabricated or avoided memories contain vagueness and confusion. The detective leverages this difference.
You are still married. Okay. What's your husband's name?
I don't want to get him involved in none of this.
Okay, well, I'm not going to call him. Is this the one where the kids are at?
Yeah. He doesn't have, like, doesn't know what's going on. The kids don't know anything. And, I mean.
Okay. Well, I just need his name. I'm not going to ask you his contact info.
Yeah, it's just, I haven't told him what's going on. So it's like, I don't want to.
You don't want to freak him out?
I don't want to freak everybody out.
Okay. What's his name?
Keith Messick.
All right. So tell me, I know some things started back on Monday.
He went to jail for child support with his ex-wife. So I've been trying to get him. I don't know when he went to jail. I don't know. It was
like he had a warrant?
I guess he missed a court or something like that for child support.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I think this is what started our argument and all this, the pressure and everything, because they asked me, his ex-wife didn't have a car.
Okay.
So I went to go pick her up, and I was, trying to be cool with her. Took her to the courthouse. So, whatever they could do, whatever they had to do.
You mean after he got arrested?
Yeah, when he was arrested.
Okay.
So basically his ex needs to go to court to, but I don't know. I mean, I was just being nice.
Like that next day, or like when did you pick the ex up?
On Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
And then I picked her up. Yeah, Wednesday. I picked her up Wednesday.
And you took her to the courthouse?
Yes. I took her to the lawyer's office, then to the courthouse.
And why are you doing all this?
Because if she couldn't get to the court, he was going to stay in jail.
Like, is he asking, or you're volunteering, or she's calling you?
They asked me. Everybody asked me. The mom, him, and the lawyer too. They're like, "Well, are you cool with her?" And I was like, "Well, I have nothing against her. I take care of their son. I would take him to school and all that." So,
throughout the interrogation, the detective maintains a soft, even tone. She doesn't mirror Laura's anxiety. This forces Laura to sit alone with her guilt and stress, creating an emotional imbalance that pushes her to fill the silence with more talking. Theory, the behavioral confirmation effect. A calm interrogator causes a nervous suspect to become more flustered, confirming the interrogator's suspicions and mentally cornering the suspect.
Okay, so tell me more about Monday 1st. Like, why are the police there? That they're seeing he's got a warrant. Did something happen on Monday?
Yeah, we had argued and he was in my face, and he's mentally and physically abusive. And so I called the cops just because I wanted him to get away from me. And then I always leave. Like when we argue, I leave. That's my thing. I just leave. So, I called the cops to, so I could, so he could get away from me. Maybe he would get scared, seeing me, on the phone, and he gave up the address, and I just, I left because I had my daughter.
He gave the police address, or you did?
He did.
So he called, or you did?
I called.
Okay.
But I didn't know the address.
Okay. Did you talk to the police?
I did, but I didn't want to get him in trouble or anything,
Did he do anything aside from get in your face on Monday?
Well, he would get in my face, like he would have me cornered, because he wouldn't punch me, nothing like that. But it was just I just felt and then I couldn't, if I'm gonna leave, he would I would be in the room because he wouldn't move from the doorway.
Okay.
So it's frustrating.
Okay, so he was arguing with you and had you cornered, but he didn't physically hit you.
No, just touching motion or getting in my face kind of way and stuff like that. But no, he did not punch me or anything like that.
Okay. Did you wait for the police to get there? On Monday?
No, I ended up leaving. I took my daughter and we left.
Okay. Just your one daughter?
Yes.
Okay.
So when we argue, I usually like to just get up and leave. And then when I'll come back, everything's kind of like, "I love you, baby. I'm sorry," kind of thing.
And what time?
The detective revisits the same Monday through Wednesday timeline multiple times, phrasing the questions slightly differently each time. This is intentional. True memories remain consistent, but lies become harder to repeat verbatim. Laura's timeline shifts repeatedly, exposing deceptive editing. Theory. Schema theory. True memories follow organized mental pathways, schemas, while lies require reconstruction. Risking disrupts the reconstructed framework, revealing contradictions.
I'm not sure if it was offense Jackson or something. So she did some stuff, and then from there she's like, oh, I want a drink, and she wanted to stop at the store for a 24 ounce, and I told her no, I didn't want to do that. And she's like, oh, I haven't drinking. I was like, well, go to the bar, and have a drink, and then we'll take off. But from that right there, then I don't remember.
Okay.
No more.
So are you hanging out with her because you want to see what else she's going to say about
I
him?
guess as a girl wise, kind of, yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of, I guess, my mistake.
Like, did you think she was going to spill some more information that he hadn't told you? Like, what is
Well, I
it?
just wanted you to know because I was going to be there to support him when he got out of jail.
Uh-huh.
But my plan was I want you to know everything she was telling me because when he came out, I was going to tell him, like, put rules down. And if not, I won't even been there 3 months, I was going to get out because I still had my house. There's a chance I could still keep it.
Uh-huh.
So that was my plan, like, I wanted everything out because when he came out, I was going to help him, but I didn't want to put up with this, so it was just going to be me or her. Or
So you wanted to pump her for information?
I guess I was just, but she invited me. I didn't, trust me, I did not want to do none of this. I didn't want to pick her up,
Okay.
She was the one who kept telling me about it. So
Are they still married?
no,
They're not. They're divorced.
they're divorced. Yes.
Okay.
I would pick up her son and everything. They're divorced.
Okay.
Rather than immediately challenging each inconsistency, the detective lets them build up. Laura states she had 1 drink but doesn't remember anything, then says she never blacks out, then claims she was attacked with a cup she never saw. Each inconsistency lowers her psychological resistance. Theory. The foot in the door effect. Small admissions of inconsistency make a suspect more open to larger admissions of wrongdoing later.
I guess someone that was there at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Took you to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you made a report at the hospital, but you don't remember how it happened?
I remember some parts. I know she hit me, but I don't remember. Like,
What did she hit you with?
they said she hit me with a cup.
Okay. But you don't remember that? Who told you
yes
that?
and no. The man that took me to the hospital.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know that in person?
No.
Okay.
So I don't know what the name or anything like that at all.
Okay. How much did you have to drink?
I don't know. I don't remember. That's what I told the police too. That I don't know. I don't remember.
Do you normally black out when you start drinking?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so that's unusual for you.
I mean, there's times, when you do get so drunk and you remember, sometimes
Yeah.
that's when you overdrink. But no, like, I don't remember. Like, I literally, like that. And then when I know from after the hospital, they took me to the car. I was tired and I went straight home. They took me to my car and then I drove home.
Did you believe what Monica was saying?
Yes and no. I was like, if it happened, it happened. But I know for a fact when I'm there, like, he's not with her because I'm there at the house and he's retired. And when I wasn't working, I just started this job too. So it's like me and him were home all the time. And then he would go to work, you know what I mean, with his dad. And then I worked as always together. So I kind of like, if it did, it probably happened when I wasn't living there,
Mm-hmm.
When Laura frames herself as the victim of Chason, of Monica, of the situation, the detective asks for small clarifications. Who told you? How much did you drink? Why would she invite you for a drink? These clarifications strip away the emotional framing and expose the gaps underneath. Theory. Illusory truth effect. People believe repeated stories more easily, but clarifying questions interrupt the repetition and disrupt the illusion of truth, weakening the lie's structure.
I don't know if she's gonna pick up something. I don't know where. I think those comments were off of. I'm not sure if it was offense Jackson or something. So she did some stuff, and then from there she's like, oh, I want a drink, and she wanted to stop at the store for a 24 ounce, and I told her no, I didn't want to do that. And she's like, oh, I haven't drinking. I was like, well, go to the bar, and have a drink, and then we'll take off. But from that right there, then I don't remember.
Okay.
No more.
So are you hanging out with her because you want to see what else she's going to say about
I
him?
guess as a girl wise, kind of, yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of, I guess, my mistake.
Like, did you think she was going to spill some more information that he hadn't told you? Like, what is
Well, I just wanted you to know because I was going to be there to support him when he got out of jail.
Uh-huh.
But my plan was I want you to know everything she was telling me because when he came out, I was going to tell him, like, put rules down. And if not, I won't even been there 3 months, I was going to get out because I still had my house. There's a chance I could still keep it.
Uh-huh.
So that was my plan, like, I wanted everything out because when he came out, I was going to help him, but I didn't want to put up with this, you know, so I was just going to be me or her. Or,
So you wanted to pump her for information?
I guess I was just, you know what I mean? But she invited me. I didn't, trust me, I did not want to do none of this. I didn't want to pick her up. You know,
Okay.
She was the one kept telling me about it. So
Are they still married?
no,
They're not. They're divorced.
they're divorced. Yes.
Okay.
I would pick up her son and everything. They're divorced.
Okay.
The detective subtly points out when Laura's reactions are unusual. For example, asking why she would drink with someone who claimed to be sleeping with her boyfriend. She does it conversationally, not confrontationally, creating a contrast that forces Laura to supply explanations. Theory: cognitive dissonance theory. When a suspect's stated behavior conflicts with their claimed emotions, the resulting dissonance pushes them to justify or alter the story, revealing truth.
After work, we went to go have some drinks. He wanted to go to have some drinks. We went out to eat.
Mm-hmm.
We went out to eat, and when we went to go out to eat, that's where we had some drinks. And then when we left from there, you know, we went back home, and then we were arguing about everything.
Okay. Where'd you go have drinks?
Go to one.
And just when you went to go eat?
We went to Golden Walk, and then from there we went to some bar down the street. I don't really know, familiar with that area.
Okay.
And that's why we got in an argument too, because he wanted to leave the bar, and I was like, why? And then he said some guys there or something like that.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. He was having problems with some guys there.
Okay. What kind of problems?
I don't know.
Did you actually see a problem? Like him get into it with somebody?
No, I saw him, we went to go talk to them, and then he was just like, no, you know, this and that, I'm gonna, you know, kick his ass, whatever. And I was like, what happened? Like, why? So nothing was like literally like loud. I did not know nothing. Then they went to the restroom and goes, oh, let's go. I was like, we just got here. Like, you know, like, what's wrong? Is it like I just was curious, like, what's wrong? Cause like the way you said, there's nothing, you know, big. And so when we left, I was like, well, you know, I don't need this. I told him I don't need this. I said I could be calm with my family, or we could go to a bar and have a great time at a bar. I don't need to be going to bars and being scared, or we have to leave and this and that. And that's what we argued. He called his mom going through all of this. And the mom attacked me too, saying, you know, when a man, don't worry about nothing, and you're not supposed to, you know. But see, if I'm in a relationship, I want to know what's going on, because I don't want to get myself in a situation that's, I don't want no gangs or anything like that. I don't want to be part of that.
Is he a gang member?
No, not that I know of, because if he was, I wouldn't be with him. But it's like little things. He says he knows people, he's big, and this and that. Like, he does talk about that all the time.
Whenever Laura wanders into irrelevant, emotional digressions, the detective gently pulls her back. Okay, but what happened next? This tactic prevents Laura from using emotional storytelling to distance herself from the crime. Theory. Anchoring theory. By repeatedly anchoring the conversation to the critical timeline, the detective reinforces the importance of the central events and exposes deviations that signal deception.
Okay. So they're asking you, did you know her before this?
No, but I would pick up her son, drop him off, and stuff like that.
Okay. But you hadn't hung out with her, like friendly with her or anything?
No.
Okay. So on Monday, he goes to jail, and then Wednesday, you're going to court and stuff. When does he get out of jail?
He went to court on Thursday. But on Wednesday, I guess they're getting ready for the court with the, you know, and so they took her to the court to see if she could talk to them. It didn't end up happening. She did talk to the lawyers, but Thursday he went to court at 9 in the morning or something like that.
Okay.
And then from there, I guess she went and all that stuff. But on that Wednesday, she attacked me. I got like, my head's open.
Okay.
And this was after I took her to court and everything. Just
That's completely up to you. Right now, you're here voluntarily. You're not under arrest. When we start providing lawyers for people, that's when they're under arrest. Okay? So that's something that you can decide if you need.
The detective repeatedly reminds Laura that she is here voluntarily and not under arrest. This keeps Laura from shutting down or demanding an attorney. It makes her feel safe enough to keep talking. Exactly what investigators need. Theory. Benign violation theory. People comply when they believe no threat is present. The detective creates a safe environment that actually increases Laura's vulnerability to making incriminating statements.
Okay, so now you brought up the whole ex.
Huh?
You brought up the
He
whole
brought
ex.
her up.
Okay. Yeah.
He brought her up.
And what did he say about her?
That she's a down bitch and this and that, and I'm not.
Okay. I mean, that would have pissed me off. Especially since she just attacked you.
And I got him out of jail.
And what'd you say about that?
Huh?
And what'd you say about that? I'm just basically insulting you.
Yeah. We just started fighting, and like though he always does, he keeps me in the room, doesn't let me out the room, and I'm trying to leave and stuff like that. And he got his gun and started.
He has a gun? What kind of gun does he have?
It was a handgun.
Okay. Do you know what caliber?
No,
Okay. Where did he get it from?
it was black.
Okay. Anything else about it that stands out?
I'm sorry.
Anything else about it that stands out? The handgun?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What did he do when he took it out?
Or we're fighting.
Mm-hmm.
We're fighting over it and stuff.
You were fighting over it? Okay. Why were you fighting over it?
And that's a gun.
Right. But what is he doing with the gun?
Mm-hmm. Well, he was right there by the hallway with it.
Okay.
And then I was in the room, and then
In like the bedroom? Okay.
The detective uses soft, empathetic phrasing. I just want to understand. Help me get a feel for it, making the interrogation feel less like an accusation and more like a shared problem to solve. This disarms Laura, who then talks more openly about incriminating events. Theory: the principle of reciprocity. When someone acts caring or cooperative, people instinctively reciprocate. Laura reciprocates with more openness and more damaging admissions.
And tell me, on Wednesday, you're being nice and helping this lady out. What's her name? The ex?
Monica. I made a police report on that
Okay.
because I went to the hospital.
Yeah, I won't be able to see it yet because it only happened last week.
Mm-hmm.
Not even last week, this past week.
Okay.
So it's not through the system yet?
Yeah, so I did make I reported.
What's his last name?
Montes.
Montes.
Montes, it's Chase's last name.
Okay.
Montes de Oca.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old is she?
I don't know how old is she.
Where does she live?
I know how to get there.
Do you know what street?
I know how to get there. I don't know like the address. I just don't know the address.
Okay.
So
how does this attack happen?
Because I take her son to school and all that stuff, and we start, the whole car ride was that she still was having sex with him, this and that, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. And that she's always going to be there. She was just being mean, but I was just taking it so, Chase could get out of jail. She could go to, do what she had to do, whatever. She invited me for a drink. So we went to a bar and we had a drink there, and then I had one, and I don't remember from there.
What bar did you go to?
I don't know the name of it. It was off Callahan. That's where my car was. So they took me to the hospital, and then they brought me back to my car. I guess someone that was there at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
The detective subtly introduces Monica's version of events, which directly contradicts Laura's. She doesn't confront her aggressively. She simply lets Laura hear that someone else remembers the situation more clearly. This forces Laura to mentally juggle two realities: her lie versus someone else's coherent account. Theory: source monitoring theory. When false memories collide with accurate external accounts, the liar struggles to track what they invented versus what is real, increasing the chance of slip-ups.
It wasn't drama like the way you're saying, like, did I sit there? No, it was just.
Like there was no fight, and then he's like, "Come on, let's go."
Yeah,
Like that kind of.
he saw a group of guys there,
Uh-huh.
and he talked to them, said, "Oh no, man, and we're gonna have drama like that." And then he went to talk to them. He introduced me to them, and then we went back to sit down. Then the guy goes to the restroom, and they're like eye contact, stuff like that. He goes to the restroom, comes out, and said, "Come on, let's go." And I'm like, "Why?" I think there's like a song that I like. We had just got there, so I was like, "Well, I want to hear the song," And I was like, "It's like I want to know, why?"
Mm-hmm.
So we did end up leaving, and then that's where I was like, well, you need to tell me what's going on, because I don't want him keeping me not knowing nothing, like, all the time. I mean, I don't know if you agree with me or not. If not, what are we together for?
Okay.
And all that, when we got home, he called his mom, told the mom that I called him a pussy and this and that, but I wasn't calling him a pussy. I was just like, we're just gonna leave? You guys tell us to leave and we're gonna leave? Or what happened? And the thing is, I want you to tell me what happened, because I know it looked more than what it was. You know what I mean? There had to be something there in order.
You want to know what his problem was with these guys? Is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
like, or something, or to give me something in it. But yeah, but for him just, you know, so then the mom texts me telling me like, hey, you know, when a man tells you to leave, you just leave. And, you know, if it's not going to work out, you know, the mom was there, wanted me to pick up his ex-wife and all that, and helping me. I even though I paid to get him out of jail. And then now this, and I don't agree with any of this, the whole, you know, him fighting or not fighting, but I know something happened in the restroom, whatever, but I don't know. And that's what I wanted to know.
So you think something happened in the bathroom with these guys?
Or they argued or something, but I don't know what they're arguing about.
Okay, did you see him go to the bathroom together?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And that's when he came back
Yeah.
and he wants to leave. Okay, so you don't know what that was?
Yeah, I don't know nothing about it.
Okay. All right, so you get home, there's this argument because of these people.
When Laura admits she didn't call 911 because she was scared, the detective doesn't argue. She simply asks, why didn't you check if he was breathing? By placing her behavior next to what a reasonable person would do, guilt becomes self-incriminating without accusation. Theory. Counterfactual reasoning theory. When suspects mentally simulate the right action versus their actual action, the gap generates discomfort and truth-revealing explanations.
He has all his medication, a lot of medication, so.
But as for illegal drugs,
Yeah.
it's just cocaine?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing
That I
else?
know of.
Okay.
So that's what we argued about. And it's like, I get mad because I need to sleep. And I come home and I don't want to be, like, you know, then I end up drinking.
Yeah.
You know, and then I get mad at myself because I end up drinking. And it's like, I don't want to drink, but he's like, oh, we'll have one. But, you know, from one, it goes to two, and you know how that is. And
Yeah.
so that's what the argument was about on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, so when that happened, I was like, I didn't want him to go to jail or nothing, so I left, you know, but he's the one that, I didn't give no names or nothing, but he's the one that ended up saying the address and stuff like that. So I left. When I came back, he usually sometimes when I leave, he's not there. He leaves. He'll go down the street to his friends to go partying or whatever, and I stay home. So when I got home, he wasn't there. Me and my daughter went to bed. I was like, he's probably.
Was that Monday,
That was Monday.
still?
Uh-huh.
When you came back? Okay.
Yeah, so that was Monday. When I came back, I didn't think nothing about it, him not being there, because he usually takes off and he's drinking or, you know, partying. So I went to bed, like nothing. In the morning, the mom called me that he was in jail.
Okay.
So, yeah, so that was our argument, and then he went to jail.
So on Tuesday morning, his mom called?
Yeah, that he was in jail.
Okay. And then, so are you expecting to see him on Wednesday? When you're doing all this with his ex?
When he called the mom, I guess the mom told him that, you know, I was trying to get him out. I called the lawyer. I was there. When he called the mom, I guess, first, and I didn't answer. I was asleep, so I did not know. But in the morning, he called me too. So then he was talking to me and the mom. So like I knew too he was in jail. But the mom's the one that the first one to tell me he was in jail.
Okay.
When Laura talks about the bar, the men, the restroom, the argument, the detective encourages her to tell me more about that. With liars, details create the trap. Fabricated stories grow tangled because they must constantly be managed. Laura's own expansions start contradicting earlier statements. Theory. Information manipulation theory. Deceivers mismanage the quantity and quality of information. Encouraging elaboration exposes these manipulations.
And doing it, we're fighting, and then I was in the room, he wasn't letting me out, and then he like had the gun or whatever, and he put it down, he was talking to his mom, whatever, and I blanked out. I just couldn't take it no more.
Okay. So what did you do?
I pointed at him, and he didn't think I was, and I wasn't. I didn't think so either, and the gun went off.
Where were you when that happened?
I was on the other side, and he was on this side.
What do you mean other
I was
side?
in the restroom, I think, right there. But not we're in the hallway, you know, the restroom.
Mhm. So you're in the restroom and he's in the hall?
I had to lock myself in the restroom
Okay.
because we're, you know, arguing.
Okay.
I don't know how somehow I got the gun. I didn't happen how fast.
Okay. Because you said he put the gun down. Where did he put the gun down at?
Well, that was in the room, so I don't know. All that happened like really fast.
Okay.
It happened like so fast, and he had it, and then when I got it, it was just like he didn't think I was gonna do it. And
Okay. Did he say that?
say what?
That you aren't going to do it? You're not going to shoot me? Okay. And what did you say?
I didn't think it was gonna go off.
Why didn't you think it was going to go off?
I don't know. I've never done it before.
Okay. And when it went off, what happened? When it went off, what happened?
He fell.
He
And-
fell? Okay.
And I left, and that's when I left my brother's. When my brother got scared,
Mm-hmm.
I went to my brother's and I was in shock, and then I just didn't know what to do or where to go. So then I left, and I guess I left my brother worried, and that's when my brother called, and I went back to my mom's house.
Okay. Did you tell your brother?
Mm-hmm. No, I did not tell him, but he saw me like crying and that we got in a fight and all that stuff.
The detective continues asking questions in a gentle tone while increasing the severity of the content. What made you shoot him? How did the knife come out? The mismatch between tone and content destabilizes Laura's emotional equilibrium and produces unguarded answers. Theory, dual process theory. The brain switches between automatic emotional responses and controlled reasoning. Sudden tonal mismatches cause a temporary switch failure, revealing truth.
How did the cut happen?
What cut?
He has a cut on him. How did that happen?
The cut?
Yeah.
I didn't.
You cut him?
Yeah.
With what?
A knife.
Like what kind of knife?
A kitchen knife.
A kitchen knife.
I got scared and I just didn't know if he was, like sad or not. And I was just anger. It was verbal drinking. It was just.
Did you say you didn't know if he was dead or not?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you cut him after?
I was just, I blanked out. Like we're arguing. I was in anger. We're both drinking. It was something that I never thought I would do.
But you didn't tell him. Okay. Was anyone else in the house when this happened?
With Chase? With Chase, no, because we're arguing. I always leave and I take my kids away from the situation. I love them and I'll go back and usually it's like, oh, I love you, this and that. But when I went back, it wasn't like that. It was more like he said that his ex was a down bitch and this and that, and it hurt.
Right. Especially since you did all this stuff for him. I can imagine. And she assaulted you where you had to go to the hospital. I mean, did he even say that he was upset with her for doing something to you?
Yeah, when he was in jail, when I got him out, when I picked him up, yeah.
But what about on Friday and Thursday? I mean, that's when he actually sees you.
He said I deserved it and all, they just...
He said you deserved it?
That I probably did deserve it.
Why did he say you deserved it?
Huh?
Why did he say you deserved it?
Because I'm a bitch and this and that. That's what he said.
Instead of saying, "We know you stabbed him," the detective asks, "How did the cut happen?" This implies that evidence already proves a cut exists, pressuring Laura to match the evidence instead of denying it outright. It corners her without confrontation. Theory. Truth default theory. When people assume the investigator already knows the truth, they abandon the lie sooner and shift to partial confession.
I just want you to be honest.
It's the best thing because it's all going to come out and it looks worse if
I would not say
you lie about it and then later you want to try and explain it, then it looks worse.
Because I just said the truth now, right?
It's better. Absolutely. Okay.
The detective repeatedly frames honesty as the lighter path. It looks worse if you lie about it later. You're doing the right thing. This doesn't reduce the consequences. It reduces the psychological resistance. Laura begins to believe that confessing is her only reasonable move left. Theory. Prospect theory. People avoid losses more than they seek gains. By framing lying as a bigger loss, the detective nudges the suspect toward confession.
I just didn't know what to do.
Why didn't you call 911 for him?
I was scared because it's murder.
Okay.
I was scared, to be honest, and I'd rather come clean.
What made you shoot him? What made you shoot him?
Everything, all this.
What's everything? Like what's going through your head? Because I'm not in your head.
Like what an asshole, what a jerk.
Okay. Anything else besides that?
That's just what a jerk. I mean, I had my house, had everything. I moved in with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last time I moved out because he's just so controlling, so jealous, so controlling, so everything. And then I loved him and he was good. He was good. He had a good heart, but he was just bad.
He was bad?
Yeah. Like with his mouth and the way he is. I just can't believe it.
What makes the knife come out? What makes the knife come out?
I don't know. I blanked out. It was just anger. I just blanked out. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just.
Did you try and check on him to see if he was breathing or moving or anything, or is that why the knife came out?
I don't know. I don't remember. I mean, I was there. I remember I was there, but I'm just It was the fighting, it was the anger, and it was the alcohol.
Okay.
During the final stretch, the detective uses silence after key questions, letting Laura sit with the weight of her own words. Silence forces liars to fill the void, and in this case, Laura fills it with the final emotional truth: anger, resentment, and the desire to punish. Theory: social facilitation theory. In uncomfortable social situations, people increase their behavior, including talking, to reduce tension. Silence amplifies the urge to reveal more. During the interrogation, the detective systematically dismantled Laura's story, using witness accounts, detailed timeline questions, and calm but probing pressure to turn her own words against her. By letting Laura narrate the events, then repeatedly asking for addresses, times, and specifics, the detective exposed contradictory statements and memory gaps. Emotional triggers were highlighted: insults, jealousy, and resentment, to push Laura toward confession. Eventually, when Laura admitted to shooting and stabbing her boyfriend and could not coherently explain why or how, the recorded confession and internal contradictions gave prosecutors a near-airtight case for murder, paving the way for a conviction. Laura Flores Messick was convicted of murdering Chason Montes dossier in connection with the June 2017 slaying. After a jury found her guilty, she was sentenced on May 13, 2019 to life in prison by a judge in the 175th State District Court at the Cadena Reeves Justice Center. The court records show that Messick will not be eligible for parole for at least 30 years. Prosecutors had argued for the maximum penalty, citing the gruesome nature of the killing: a point-blank shooting followed by multiple throat knife wounds, and her prior criminal history.